One of the hardest parts about the cut down day is about trying to figure out if you're even going to land the players back on the practice squad that you're hoping for. And for the San Francisco 49ers, they have now lost 4 players to other teams that were on the roster prior to cut down day. It's an unfortunate situation, especially some young, up and coming prospects and talent. And it's a stink. So let's just get right into it and let's discuss it. So, as you can see, the 49ers had multiple other players claimed. Jarrett Kingston, this year's 6th round draft pick, has been claimed by the Panthers. Obviously, he had done a pretty solid job in preseason. He really showed a lot of promise. I was wondering if the San Francisco 49ers were going to try to keep him just based on his performance and maybe get rid of like a Hubbard and then keep Kingston because I thought he played well enough to be considered for the final 53. I guess maybe the 49ers thought they could get him back on the practice squad, but that obviously isn't the case as he will now be a Panther. Samuel Womack, former 5th round draft pick of the San Francisco 49ers in 2022, lands with the Colts. Now, obviously, Womack had kind of fallen out of favor with the 49ers, so I'm not really surprised that he didn't re sign with the 49ers practice squad. Or he didn't even have the chance to because he got claimed. So he will be on the active for the Colts. So that's another guy who is out for the San Francisco 49er. This one really stinks. Running back Cody Schrader, who showed a lot of promise. And I think it's hilarious in a sense that the Rams were able to get him because Cody Schrader reminded me of Blake Corum, who the Rams drafted in the 3rd round. So now they've got Blake Corum and they got another guy who reminds me of Blake Corum in Cody Schrader. Obviously, Patrick Taylor won out that battle, I guess, between Schrader for that last running back spot. So now Schrader finds himself on the Rams. That's an unfortunate one. That's one that I'm really not loving all that much. Obviously, not loving the Kingston one either. And then Jaylen Graham has signed with the Commanders, obviously reuniting with the former assistant general manager and Adam Peters. So it's just like I feel like this happens to the San Francisco 49ers every cut down day. There's always some kind of interesting construction that happens that leads to other players getting claimed. I think back to when they kept Curtis Robinson one year and instantly put him on IR, and they lost a couple players as a result. Obviously, the 49ers have done something similar by keeping Jonathan Feliciano on the active roster and Ambry Thomas on the active roster, with the thought process that they're going to switch those guys to IR after the fact. But of course, Feliciano and Ambry Thomas took up roster spots. So rather than just moving on from Ambry, you lose out on guys like Kingston, Schrader, Graham, Womack. Um, I would say Womack was ahead of Ambry at this particular point. So, again, these are back end roster moves, so they're not earth shattering. But obviously, we're talking about guys with potential, and you just never know which one of these guys are going to pop. So, this is always the toughest part, in my opinion, of cut down days is one, watching the guys that you like that show promise get cut, but then on top of that get claimed. So they don't even make it back to the practice squad, or just Jaylen Graham just flat out signs with the Commanders. So, yeah, unfortunate for the San Francisco 49ers, obviously, with the way this all kind of came about. It was to be expected. This is always one of the concerns. The 49ers have one of the best rosters in the NFL, great coaching. So, and of course, they're going to be looked at as a team where teams are always looking to snatch their talent. So, yeah, unfortunate situation for the Niners. Lost some good players, lost a drafted player. Um, yeah, just tough. You actually lost 3 drafted players and 1 undrafted free agent. So, let me know what you guys think about this move. Is it that big of a deal? I mean, also too on top of this, the 49ers did not they were not able to claim any players. They're 31st in the waiver order, so it doesn't sound like anyone that they would have wanted made it through to them, and they were picked up prior. So no claims were placed. They lost 4 that would have been phenomenal practice squad additions or back end roster guys. I would say Graham, Kingston, in my opinion, were the guys that could have made this roster, including Womack. Schrader could have made it too, but just a tough situation all around. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.